What is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here. We are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Sunday, August 28th slate of MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We do have a lot of games going on as of tomorrow, and they're all during the day, so we don't really have any that are going to be finishing super late, which is actually really nice. I can make my video a little bit earlier, and then we can go ahead and dive into the plays for the next day before I have to go to bed, get ready for work the next day. So we'll go ahead and dive into today's plays, but before we did, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are sub. Also, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me, so much more than you guys will ever know. The only other thing I did want to address is I wanted to say sorry to you guys for not putting out a video as of yesterday. Basically, long story short, nobody really wants to work anymore, and so somebody has to, and unfortunately that person was me. I travel a lot for my job, and this was a very unfortunate last second travel thing that I had, and basically had to travel a little bit further than I was supposed to, so had to end up getting up earlier, stuff like that. I just didn't really have a whole lot of time in my schedule or notice to be able to make that video, so I do apologize. I did put out a little bit of a short, but other than that, I didn't put anything out, so I do apologize about that, but we're back. Hopefully we don't have any more of those mix-ups here over the next couple of days, but without any further ado, here's a quick word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by PrizePicks. If you guys don't currently have a sports book that you do use, or if you do have one and you're just looking for something new, PrizePicks is a great way to get started. As you guys can see here on the screen, we are able to bet on pretty much every single sport that you can think of. We have MLB, we have the NFL, as of right now is the preseason, we have college football, we even have things like CSGO and some esports as well. And obviously, as you guys know, I'm a huge NBA guy, so once the NBA season does come around, you guys will be able to bet on player props from there as well. PrizePicks is very, very easy to use. I do love the no-run first innings, and that is something that you can go ahead and bet on here on PrizePicks as well. It's an absolutely fantastic app and website as well. So if you guys haven't already signed up for PrizePicks, make sure that you guys do that and use code KingSanders, and you can go ahead and get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. So the way that it does work is you go ahead and pick a couple here. So I'm just going to, for the sake of the video, say that the White Sox and the Orioles tomorrow are going to have a no-run first inning. The Toronto and Boston and the Cincinnati and Philadelphia are all going to have no-run first inning. Basically what I would do, I would go ahead and click less for all of these, and do what is called a power play, which is basically the same as a parlay. All three legs do have to hit in order for the bet to actually cash out. On the flip side of things, you can also do a flex play. The flex play basically means if you do get one of the legs wrong, that's perfectly fine. You can still win some money. So PrizePicks is a great way to be able to win some money using player props and things of that nature to be able to win some money. So you can put together a bunch of different legs to win out some pretty big money. So once again, make sure you guys do use code KingSanders for whenever you do sign up. You will get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. And once again, thank you so much, PrizePicks, for sponsoring today's video. So with all that being said, yes, we are finally here. We're back. We don't really have anything to recap super heavy. If you guys wanted to recap my shorts that I had, or my short that I had as of yesterday, ended up going 0-3. Yeah, I am so over baseball. I can't lie. But we're still going to be pumping out this content. Like I said, I want to be able to hit 7,000 by the time that the NBA season starts, so that way we can go ahead and do a giveaway. But without any further ado, we're just ice cold. There's just nothing we can really do about it. But without any further ado, let's just go ahead and dive into today's plays. We don't really have anything to recap. You guys can see basically everything. We had Minnesota in the first 5 money line. Unfortunately, they ended up losing the first 5 by just 1. So they ended up losing that, and then they came all the way back and ended up winning the whole game. I mean, literally, what are the odds of that? Super unlucky. So we ended up losing that one. Then we had the White Sox plus 100. They ended up getting smoked once again by the Diamondbacks. And then we had the Rockies plus 1.5 here versus the Mets. at minus 107, and unfortunately that one didn't end up working out either. They ended up losing 3-0. So, it is what it is. We've been on a little bit of a tough stretch. Hopefully we can start to turn things around today. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's plays. So our first play of the day, we're going to be taking the play that does not make any sense. We are going to be taking Washington money line here at plus 105 odds versus Cincinnati. So I really like this play for a couple different reasons. Like I said, it's mostly just because it just doesn't make any sense at all. If you take a look at their last two games that they did have against each other, Cincinnati won both of those matchups, 6-2 and 7-3. So it's not even like these games are really close. But there is a lot of respect here for the money line here for Washington. So I do think that the books do see something. Also, Washington has the worst home record in the entire MLB with a record of 19-46. Washington is terrible at home. Cincinnati, also when it comes to offense, a better offense and a better defense. Cincinnati is 19th when it comes to runs per game. Washington, they are 26th. Washington is one of the worst offenses in the whole league. Cincinnati, a very poor defense as well, 28th in runs allowed per game. So they definitely can go ahead and give us some runs. So if Washington can get the bats hot, I definitely think that we do stand a chance. But Washington, they're 29th in runs allowed. Both these defenses are absolutely terrible. So hopefully Washington can get it done. And Patrick Corbin's going to be on the mound here for Washington. Dude's not very good. He has been awful this year, actually. 6.81 ERA, 11.65 in his last 5 starts. He's been absolutely atrocious. He's not been a guy that you want to watch whatsoever. And Nick Lodolo is going to be on the mound here for Cincinnati. Now, he hasn't necessarily been great. He pitches just a 4.35 ERA over the course of the season, but he does pitch a little bit worse on the road. So I do think we see a tiny advantage there with a 7.94 ERA on the road. And when it does come to the bullpen, surprisingly, Washington, they do have a little bit of an advantage. So can we go ahead and maybe get those last couple innings? Can Washington pull ahead and actually win this game? Hopefully. Washington is 22nd when it comes to bullpen ERA. Cincinnati's dead last. So I know that both these teams are not very good. It's going to be a very tough game to watch. But I do still think that with this line, I do think that it is trappy. I think that everybody's going to be betting on Cincinnati. So we're going to be riding the other way. Washington, money line here versus Cincinnati at plus 105 odds. Now for our second play of the day, we're going to be taking the Orioles and the Astros no-run first inning at minus 125 on Barstool. Now I know that there are some other books that do have it out as well. I know that DraftKings is boosted all the way to 140, and there are a couple other books that are juiced just a little bit, but Barstool has it as of right now at minus 125 odds. Houston, definitely a very good offense. They are first when it comes to first inning runs per game, so very, very good. Baltimore on the flip side of things, they're definitely towards the bottom. They are at 27th when it comes to first inning runs per game. So they are a very good team when it comes to hitting. The Astros. The Astros are a very good team when it comes to first inning runs per game, but hopefully this Baltimore defense can keep them down. Also, Houston is second when it comes to runs allowed, so one of the best defenses in the entire MLB. Baltimore, they are 12th. So Baltimore, they are kind of in that middle tier. They are just outside the top 10. So hopefully they can get it done here for us. We just need 3 outs from them. And Justin Verlander is going to be on the mound for Houston. I don't need to say anything more about this dude. He's absolutely fantastic. But he does have a 1.87 ERA and a 1.93 in his last 5. So he has been a touch worse, but still 1.93 is insane. So I'll definitely take my odds with it. And Austin Voth is going to be on the mound here for Baltimore. Now, over the course of the season, 4.73 ERA. Definitely nothing too crazy, but he does have a 4.58 on the road, so he is slightly better on the road than he is at home. And he has a 2.33 in his last 5. He's actually been really good here in his last 5 starts, so hopefully he can get us through the first inning. And if you look at his earned runs for his last 5 starts, earned run log of 2, 0, 2, 3, and 0. He usually goes about 6 innings. So hopefully, if he does end up giving two runs, it is going to be after that first inning. So we're going to be riding with it. Orioles and the Astros, no run first inning at minus 125 odds. Now for our third and final play of the day, we're going to be taking the Rockies and the Mets under 7.5 runs at minus 125 odds. Now there has been 3 games between these two teams. 2 of them have gone under. 1 of them went way over. But I do like this one. Mets obviously a very good offense. 5th when it comes to runs per game. Colorado, they are in the top 10 as well. If you take a look at their total runs per game, they are 10th when it comes to runs per game. But flip that back around and see what they're looking like on the road. They are dead last when it comes to runs per game on the road. Anytime that they're not playing in cores, they are not a good offense whatsoever. So if there are going to be any runs scored in this game to be able to hit that over, it's going to have to be all the Mets. And the Mets really haven't been, going absolutely ballistic when it comes to hitting the ball here recently. They, in their last 5 games, they've scored just 3, 7, 3, 2, and 2. So they really haven't necessarily been an electric offense that they are known to be. So they have been on a little bit of a slump. And if you look at it, Max Scherzer is going to be on the mound here for the Mets. 2.33 ERA, 1.71 at home. He's definitely going to be able to do some damage here versus the Rockies, I believe. But on the flip side of the mound, I do worry a little bit. We have Herman Marquez on the mound for Colorado, 5.22 ERA, 4.11 on the road. So he has not been great. But there is a website, or there is a stat on covers that shows you what the over percentage is for each of these starting pitchers. And you can, if you take a look at it, Marquez actually only has a 52.17% of the over. So it's pretty much a coin flip when it comes to if the games that he starts in are going to go over or under. So I really do like my odds with that one. And if you look at his last 3 road starts, he's actually been pretty solid. He has a earned run log in his last 3 road starts of 3, 2, and 2. So I do think that Marquez can get it done here for us. Like I said, it's going to have to be all Mets if they do want to be able to hit this over. And the Mets really haven't been too electric here recently. So hopefully we can go ahead and get it done. That is going to be our third and final play of the day. Rockies and the Mets under 7.5 runs at minus 125 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers, and I want to be able to do a giveaway here for you guys before the NBA season does start. So make sure you guys do hit that sub button if you are new. But without any further ado, that's going to do it for me. This is King Sam signing out. Peace.